everyone. Welcome to The Drop. We are the official podcast of ComicDrops.com. We'll be dropping new episodes every single weekend. Basically, on the podcast, we'll be covering a whole variety of news. Marvel, DC, Star Wars. No Star Wars today, but we're going to be covering Star Wars when there is Star Wars news to cover. I am your host, Josh Sharp, and joining me today is Alex Batts. How you doing, man?
Pretty good. Glad to be back.
Yep, back in the saddle again. No, okay. And also joining me today, we have a newcomer, Colin Sapp. Colin, how has your week been?
It's been pretty good. Lots of cool things happening, so lots of good things to talk about. I'm excited.
Yeah. Like I said, we don't have Star Wars news today, but we do have non-comic book related news to discuss. I guess we will start with that. And the news is that there is an Indiana Jones 5 movie coming out in 2019. And Harrison Ford and Steven Spielberg will be coming back to, I guess, work on the film. Of course, Harrison Ford plays Indiana Jones himself, and Steven Spielberg actually directs the film. Disney chairman Alan Horn actually spoke about it when they announced the movie, and he says, Indiana Jones is one of the greatest heroes in cinematic history, and we can't wait to bring him back to the big screen in 2019. It's rare to have such a perfect combination of director, producers, actor, and role, and we could not be more excited to embark on this adventure again with Harrison and Steven. Also we forgot to mention is that the director of the previous really bad Indiana Jones movie, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, is actually coming back for the 5th installment. So that's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna save my opinions to wait, see what you guys say. So, Colin, since you're the newcomer, what do you think about Indy 5?
I mean, I like the first 3 Indiana Jones films, and the 4th one, I'm pretty sure we can all agree on, wasn't the best of films, with the performance of Shia LaBeouf and his switchblade habits and. Yep. Leather jacket squeakiness, and Harrison Ford's getting pretty up there in age, so I mean you saw him, he didn't do too much stuff going around in Star Wars The Force Awakens, so I'm thinking this will probably be more of a passing of the torch kind of film.
Yeah,
so
I can see that.
Starting a new sort of trilogy to get more people, the younger generation, interested in a newer version of Indiana Jones or some totally original character that they'll spin off from it.
It's worth mentioning that, since the movie will be coming out in 2019, that Harrison Ford will be in like his late 70s. He'll be like 77, 78, something along the lines of that. So I think that's something that they probably should have considered. I mean, they probably did.
Yeah, definitely.
Alex, what do you think about Indiana Jones 5?
I think that when I first heard the news, I thought it was something that's really unnecessary. I don't really know.
Yes.
Who all asked for an Indiana Jones 5. I mean, I'm sure there is definitely people out there, but I don't know. I'm obviously Indiana Jones has a fan base, and they're clearly confident that it'll do well. And I think that if Indiana Jones 5 could be what The Force Awakens was to, like, Star Wars, if it was like that, and it could, like, rejuvenate the franchise and also pass the torch to, like, a new cast, how they did in Star Wars, then I think it would be a good idea. But I think if they're trying to bring it back and trying to, like, actually have Harrison Ford, like, be the focus, I don't know how well that would be. Because, like, Harrison Ford at 76 or 77 or 78, he can't be an action star. And so
True, yeah.
I don't think that's an option. But I think that it can be done well. I'm not sure that they'll be able to do it.
My biggest issue with it, I mean, like Colin said, I really enjoy the first 3 Indiana Jones movies. The 4th one was a huge disappointment, and with the whole aliens and extraterrestrials and the whole like weird like spaceships things. It to me it didn't fit with the Indiana Jones world. It was all about finding like the lost treasure or the lost city and fighting Nazis and stuff like that. And you go, hey, here's freaking E.T. Just toning the cut. Like I didn't really appreciate that. And kind of like bouncing off what you guys said about the whole like passing of the torch, I feel like that's what they tried to do with Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and we saw how that worked out. At the end, they were giving like Shia LaBeouf's character was about to put on the hat. He was just like, "Not yet, kid," or something like that. I don't think if since they are making Indiana Jones 5, I don't think a passing of the torch kind of storyline would fit. Because Indiana Jones isn't like 007. You can just cast anybody in the role and just have it. Indiana Jones is a person. The man, like, he exists. It's not like, freaking 007, who anybody really could be 007. But yeah, I feel like it's more of a cash grab. I mean, when people see the name Indiana Jones on pretty much anything, they know it's going to do well because Indiana Jones is a cult classic. People love the franchise. They love the characters, love the story, love the world. But as far as doing one in 2019, I feel like that ship has sailed on the whole Indiana Jones thing.
I definitely agree.
Yeah,
they should have done it sooner if they wanted to do another one.
Like if Harrison Ford decided not to come back for The Force Awakens, maybe they could have worked out something to release another Indiana Jones movie like next year or something like that, or maybe even at the end of this year if the timing like worked out. But 2019, like that's a long way away.
Yeah.
And I'm not wishing anything on anybody, but I mean, like, Harrison Ford is getting up there in age. I just feel like the ship has sailed. If they would have done it, if they would have started serious discussions on it a few years back, I think maybe we'd be having a different discussion right now. But Indiana Jones 5 coming to the theater in 2019. Next up on the list, we are jumping into the DC world of news. I like it. The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, and Arrow have all been renewed for new seasons.
Are you sure that's the official name of the show? I'm pretty sure it was changed.
Oh yeah, what is it? It's like what?
Felicity Diaries now or something, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Felicity and Friends.
Just wanted to make sure.
Gilmore Girls. Flash season 3, Legends of Tomorrow season 2, which is actually a really big relief for a lot of people because
I'm happy about that.
Yeah, so am I. The show is really, really good. It's a lot better than I thought it would be. But a lot of people thought that it wouldn't be renewed for a second season because there were rumors saying that the first season went over budget. They've got all these CG. You've got Firestorm, you've got like Hawkman and Hawkgirl, with their CG wings and stuff like that, and other aspects, especially with the whole time travel thing. It requires a lot of money to make it actually look good, and it looks good for a television show. But I'm happy that those rumors of them not having a second season have been put to rest. And also Arrow season 5, right?
Yes, 5.
It'll be 5.
Arrow will be coming back for season 5. I'm just gonna get my opinions out of the way really quick because I have a little bit to say, especially about Arrow. But I'm just gonna start with The Flash. The Flash is a very, very good show. I've fallen in love ever since like the 3rd episode of the first season. It took a little bit longer for me to get into it because I was like I think this was around the same time of Arrow season 2, and Arrow season 2 is one of the best comic book like seasons I've like watched. It was very, 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 very good. The whole Deathstroke story, Brother Blood. I love The Flash. I'm really, really liking this season as well with the whole Zoom thing. No spoilers here. I'm not gonna get into the details with Zoom because honestly, we're like halfway through the season and we still don't really know all the answers. But watch it for yourself. Legends of Tomorrow, like I said, I'm really enjoying the show. I like the way it looks, especially for a television show. The production is big because you've got this large team with multiple superpowers, time travel, the whole 9 yards. Really, really enjoying it. Arrow, I like the first 2 seasons. I like the 3rd season a little bit more than everybody else. I liked a few of the aspects in it. I noticed right around the beginning of season 3 they started trying to but kind of just incorporate Batman's like rogue gallery into Arrow, and I'm not really okay with that. Season 4, to me, there have been some good points. There have been some good portions in season 4, but for the most part, the show is just this season is just not good. They keep shoving this. I know there are Felicity fans out there, but for me, someone who despises Felicity with every fiber of their being, I'm just tired of them shoving the relationship down your throat. It's like they're sticking you in a corner, and they're like taking this big ball of crappy love and just jamming in your throat and they're like, yeah, boy, gag on it, like just like make us forcing you to watch it, and like nobody wants to watch that. At least nobody that I know. A perfect example of that is Team Arrow, like the core team, like without Felicity, like go away. They're over there like in the new lair. They were going over a plan to get the bad guy, And then Felicity wheels her broke behind in there with all her daddy issues, and she goes, yeah, I just met with my dad, blah, blah, blah. And Oliver's just like, okay, yeah, we'll take care of it. Like we'll talk about it later, baby. I was like, please get off my screen. Like, I don't want to see this. It's called Arrow, not freaking The Notebook. I'm just not. I don't know, man. I feel like maybe season 5 could be a redemption season for them, because I don't know, maybe the writers and Mark Guggenheim are actually listening to people when they say that this season is balls. So yeah, that's what I think about it. Alex, what do you think about the renewals?
I'm happy about all of them. I'd have to say, Flash, I agree with you. I loved season 1 and 2. They were amazing. I loved what I've seen of season 2 so far. I have to admit that I'm behind on all of these shows by like 3 months. So, but what I have seen of season 2 of Flash, I loved it, and so I'm happy to hear that it's getting a 3rd season. Legends of Tomorrow, I saw the first episode and I liked it a lot. And from what I've heard, it has been really good still. So that getting a 2nd season will be cool. I'm interested to see that and to get caught up on it. Arrow, yeah, I have to agree with you, Josh. I loved season 1 and 2. Season 2, I agree with you. It's one of the best comic anything that I've seen like on screen. It was amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
But season 3, I liked some of it, but then there was other aspects that they just dropped the ball. And then I agree, like they are blatantly ripping off Batman's stories and Rogue's Gallery, like you said, and it's just they're not being original or even taking from Green Arrow's mythos. They're just destroying his character now, and even more in season 4, they're just destroying core characters and forcing us to watch Felicity. So season 4, there has been a couple good points, but most of it, like you said, is just not what we want to see. Season 5 could be a chance for them to make the show good again, because I mean, we know that it's possible. Season 2 like showed us that, and so I think that they can do that again, but I don't know if they will. So we'll have to see. Hopefully they listen to what everyone has been saying, but I don't know. It's good that they have a chance to do better, but if they just keep going in the same direction, I'll have to stop watching completely.
Yeah, if they keep going in this direction, I highly doubt the show gets renewed for season 6, and I will be shocked if it got renewed for season 6. Colin?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about The Flash because it's probably my favorite superhero show at the moment. Legends, I'm excited to see what they do with Legends because I don't know, the story is pretty solid, I feel, and then for where they can go at this point, I'm not sure, because the way I'm seeing it, I'm not sure if all these characters are going to be alive by the end of the season. Like,
really? You don't think so?
No, I wouldn't be surprised if like all the characters die and there's a totally new team for season 2.
Dang, they can't kill Adam. I love Adam.
You never know, man. Maybe they want to kill him and put him in the DCEU.
Well, I guess thing is they're gonna end up killing both canaries then.
Yeah.
Crap.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, that's something I forgot to mention. I think everybody who knows who's watching Arrow right now, that there's supposed to be like a major character death at the end of the season. Some leaked photos of like a funeral came out like a few weeks ago that showed the entire Team Arrow except for Laurel, who was basically she wasn't in her current season like look. You know, she was in that season 1 dark hair, just like kind of like drab. She just always looks sad. So we're assuming that it's gonna be a flashback to her and her father at Sarah's funeral, kind of just mirroring, like, you know, now, you know, Lance has lost both of his daughters. So and also what fuels this rumor even more is that there's a rumor going around that Zack Snyder wants to introduce Black Canary in Justice League Part 1. So you've got all these things, and the CW has been known to kill off characters on their shows that are supposed to appear in movies. So, yeah, Black Canary might be getting off. Way to go, Arrow writers!
Golly, man.
Freaking chotches. All right, man, continue.
No, I said, like, I mean, I think we're all pretty agreeable whenever it comes to the fact that Arrow has been spiraling downward rapidly ever since season 3. Season 4 has been a little, maybe a little bit better, but it's not much better at all. And for the way things are going, and just like you said, Black Canary maybe dying.
So mad about that.
It's like, that blows my mind, man, because Laurel Lance, that's Endgame for Oliver Queen. You know, that's Black Canary. That's where Felicity needs to be the one in that grave. I don't know what they're thinking, man. They need to kick out that Arrow writer room and put the Flash writer room on Arrow. So
the thing about it is that Andrew Kreisberg was actually, he helped write Arrow, but once Flash started going on, he just jumped ship because he probably knew where he was going. He's like, man, this is balls. He's like, I'm leaving. I'm going to the show that actually is good.
Now he's not even, he's just, I know he's just producing on Flash right now. I'm pretty sure he's writing for Supergirl at the moment.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. I'm 99.9% sure. You may need to double check me on that, but I'm pretty sure he's busy writing Supergirl, and he's just kind of helping produce the Flash at the moment with Guggenheim and Berlanti.
Guggenheim needs to go. Guggenheim needs to freaking go.
To get out.
This is the second superhero he's ruined. By the way, guys, Mark Guggenheim actually worked on the atrocious Green Lantern movie.
Oh,
so,
dude,
we've got something else to yell at him about.
Did he really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
If anybody out there hasn't yet or likes to read scripts, read the original Green Lantern script that Greg Berlanti wrote himself. It's not too drastically different from what we got in the movie, but there is core little moments that make it so much better, like the Ring choosing flying past Guy Gardner and then flying past a reporter that's in Metropolis. It's great. The Greg Berlanti script for the Green Lantern movie is pretty damn good.
Yeah, apparently the screenplay was written by Greg Berlanti and Mark Guggenheim.
Mm-hmm.
Green Lantern 2011. Crap.
Yeah.
Maybe it was some balls. But yeah, so I guess that's what we think about the renewals.
Flash good, Legends good, Arrow not so good.
Balls. Freaking Jeagles. All right, moving along. Apparently the Lobo movie that was in works at WB in 2012 is not dead, even though it appeared to be dead. Wonder Woman's writer Jason Funches. I keep forgetting this guy's name. I feel so bad.
I think
What's his name?
Jason Fuchs.
It's Fuchhes, right, or something like that.
Yeah, it's like.
Is there no E?
I don't know.
No, I don't think there's an E. I think it's just Jason Fuchs.
Yeah, welcome to the Drop Podcast where you don't remember people's names.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's Fuchs. It's Fuchs.
Fuchs.
Yeah,
okay.
Fuchs.
Okay, so Jason Fuchs, who actually wrote the Wonder Woman film, is actually being brought on board for Lobo to write the script, and apparently they said he's gonna have a chance to reimagine Lobo in his own way. Yeah, I don't really know a whole lot about the Lobo character. The only things about him that I know is that he was in the Injustice game, and I abused the crap out of him, and that he was in that episode of Justice League where they thought Superman died and Lobo was trying to take his place. So yeah. Alex, what do you think about the main man, Lobo?
I know that the writer Jason Fuchs, he said that he wanted to bring his new twist to Lobo, and so I think that if they do that, that they might go with the New 52 / DCU title that he had recently. I read it and it was I liked it. A lot of people I know didn't, and I don't think that it sold very well. But I think that if they tried to translate that to the DCEU, it would work and it would make sense, since the rest of the movies are all kind of aligned or taking a lot from the New 52, and so I think that would make sense. But then also on the other hand, we have Danny Trejo, I can never say his last name.
Yes, Danny Trejo.
Yeah, he's been posting picters of Lobo, and so
I'm not even sure who that is. What has he played in?
Machete, right?
The Machete Kills movies.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
He was
okay.
also in Spy Kids as like
Yeah.
Uncle. I forget his
Really?
name. Yeah. Actually,
sorry
no,
to
his name was
interrupt, Alex,
Machete
go
in
ahead.
Spy Kids too. So I'm guessing Spy Kids and the Machete movies, the Machete, I think Machete. I don't freaking know. Apparently, they're like kind of like in the same universe, I guess, which is kind of weird. Spy Kids was a kids movie. You know they're making a third one, right? Machete kills again in space.
What? No.
I'm so excited for that. Move over, Batman v Superman. Freaking Machete's about to slice some dudes up in freaking space.
Dear God.
It's about to be dope.
Sorry, go ahead, Alex, with what you're saying, though.
But yeah, so
Went in with that
if he's Lobo, which I don't know how that would work or if that would even happen, that would be interesting. But I think that the New 52, like taking a lot from that title, would make sense. And so I hope that that's what they do if they bring him in, or if they don't do that and they do go with like a more 90s style Lobo, where like the older like main man where he's Superman's adversary. I would hope that they cast someone else and not him, just because I think that he's a little old to be like a complete action star in that movie or in the DCEU, or to be like signed on for that many films. Because I think that Lobo's a character, if they do his movie right, a lot of people are going to want to see him again. I think it's like how Deadpool's been.
Yes,
I think Lobo
exactly.
done well would get the same reaction. And so yeah, I hope they go with one of those two options. I don't really want to see Danny Trejo as Lobo.
Yeah. Actually, back in the project in 2012, The Rock was actually originally like in talks to play Lobo, but as we all know right now, he's signed on to play Black Adam. So I mean, who knows? Who knows how that's gonna go? Colin, what do you think about Lobo?
I will just say that about a Lobo movie, I do not care at all. Like, I could not care any less than I do right now.
Explain.
Simply because, well, I mean, I don't know, the Lobo character never struck me as somebody to be like, this guy needs a movie, like, but he's an okay character. And then to speak on Jason Fuchs, the writer, this guy, the last time we saw him, wrote a movie called Pan. And for anybody that keeps up with movies, knows that Pan bombed.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So I'm already a little bit worried about the Wonder Woman movie, even though the little footage we saw on the Dawn of the Justice League and stuff on the CW, it visually it looks great. Story wise, I'm a little worried. Maybe WB has confidence in him, letting him take another DC project after he's written Wonder Woman. So, but I don't know, man. I'm as a character, I'm not excited to see him for a movie. But it's DC, and if they come out with a kick-ass trailer, I will be probably like one of the first people in line to go see it. But as of right now, I do not care about a Lobo movie.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've got to think that somebody's got to be looking over his shoulder, like whether it be Jeff Johns or Zack Snyder. Somebody's got to be looking over this guy's shoulder because they see, okay, the last movie that he wrote that came out completely bombed. Like the box office numbers, I think the budget was like an overall $150 million, and they got like
it was one of the biggest bombs in box office history, if I remember reading correctly.
Yep, the budget for the movie was $150 million, and it made 128.5.
Yeah, see.
Now, so that's really bad. That's like, that's really bad. So
the director could be blamed for a movie because they have a lot of control, but even the story of that movie, it wasn't interesting. Like I said, I'm hoping that with what they've done, like with what he's done with Wonder Woman, has impressed WB, and they're able to give him this another go at another DC character. And I do agree with what you said, Josh, that you're hoping somebody's over his shoulder. I guarantee you, whether it's Zack Snyder or Deborah Snyder, both those, the Snyders, they have their hand in every single DC project, so I'm certain somebody's watching him.
I hope so, because
I mean, we know that brain trust of people is always like looking over every DC film. So I mean,
yeah,
that's always like reassurance, and I trust all of the people that are involved in that. Everything they've shown us so far. So,
Batman looks dope.
That's true. See, but the thing is, like, now that I know that he's written Pan, I'm now worried about the Wonder Woman movie, honestly.
Yeah, see?
Because, like, I don't think the
I'm
Wonder
not,
Woman movie can
honestly.
afford to be bad. I don't think it really can, because you've already got people questioning whether Gal Gadot can actually correctly act, or she can lead her own movie. But then, and also the fact that there are no female-led superhero movies out there at all. Well, any good ones, mind you. I just don't want this to be another one they add to the list, or to try to prove their false point of, oh yeah, female superhero movies are always going to do bad.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Alex? I heard you say something.
I'm not really like worried about the Wonder Woman movie just because of like what I mentioned, the whole like brain trust and like overseeing. I don't think that they would let someone. I mean, I think that they took into account what happened with Pan, but also like I'm sure that he did something, or whatever he turned into them was enough for them to be like, okay, like yes, we should go with this guy and let's give him something else to do. Like, so I mean, I'm not super worried about it. I'm a little nervous now. Like it's not reassuring, but I'm not too worried about the movie. I still think it'll be great.
I'm hoping so, because I think I want to.
I'm optimistic. I'm very optimistic about it.
Same. Also, I guess we'll keep going on this DC track. Last year, it was reported, I think it was by the Hollywood Reporter, that WB was looking at Amber Heard to play Mera, Queen Mera, in Justice League Part 1 and in Aquaman. There weren't any legit information from WB or Amber herself. So the rumor kind of just went away until yesterday, when it was announced that she is officially cast. Actually, she kind of confirmed it herself. She in an interview with I think it was Entertainment Tonight. They were talking about Mera and her gearing up to play the role. With Justice League about to start filming in April 11th, I think it is. And she said, and they were talking about the costume, and she says it's interesting. It's like half a suit of armor, half scales. It's strange. We're in the process of building it now, so it's coming along. So, I think we're gonna get like a really comic book accurate like version of Mera in the movies. If you back at the I think it was back in like March, or not March, but back in February, Zack Snyder tweeted a picture of him in like his studio, and he was with Jason Momoa, and you saw behind him there were the suits. You saw the Flash suit, you saw like a Batman cowl, you saw maybe like some Amazonian like armor and stuff like that, and there's like a black suit that everybody thinks belongs to Nightwing or Black Manta or whatever. And actually behind Zack, to his left at the bottom, you see I think it's like Mera concept art. Am I wrong?
Definitely.
It was Mera concept art. It definitely was. It was behind the Aquaman suit. There was also a new design for his suit that we hadn't seen before that looked like it was more armory than what was in the picture.
Looking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and it looks, and her look looks like comic accurate. From what I've seen, a lot of people say, oh, like. They're whitewashing or whatever, but I don't read a whole lot of Aquaman comics. But from the last time I've checked, she's Caucasian. So
yeah, Mera's white, so they can't. That's not an accurate argument.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, that's people. Colin, what do you think about Queen Mera and Amber Heard playing her?
I'm really excited. I think she's obviously a very beautiful woman, so I'm excited to see her as Queen Mera. I think the only pictures I've seen of her, she has blonde hair, so I'm curious to see what she looks like with the red. And I'm not familiar with anything she's acted in, but I don't know. I'm kind of excited to see, because if you put Mera and Jason Momoa's Aquaman, like Amber Heard and Jason Momoa, that they could easily probably be one of the most beautiful on-screen couples in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm definitely excited, and from here I'm pretty sure I can hear Anders' screams of joy. So
that man loves himself some Mera.
Yeah, he
loves
does.
He just loves he loves anything Aquaman related. So, yep. Alex, what about you, man?
I'm really excited about it. I was behind the news whenever it was still just a rumor that Amber Heard was up for Mera. I have seen the only thing that I'm actually familiar that I know that she was in was Pineapple Express, and she's
gosh,
a
was
very
Yeah.
she's his girlfriend in high school in Pineapple
What?
Express.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's Seth Rogen's girlfriend.
crazy.
So that's the only thing I've seen her in, but I trust that same thing with the Jason Fuchs. I trust them to make the right decision when it comes to all their casting, and I'm also sure that they had her screen test with Jason Momoa
Oh yeah.
for
no
just
doubt.
to see her chemistry with him and how they work together, and so I'm sure that she had to nail that in order to get the role. So I'm really excited, and I'm just happy that they're bringing so many different characters from the comics to life into the movie, and it makes me really happy. So I'm hyped about it.
Yeah. But yeah, back to what you said, Colin, about you not knowing what her hair is gonna look like, and the concept art, her hair is red. It's like a
Yep.
darker red. So I'm hoping that they go that way. There's multiple fan arts and fan pictures of her with red hair, and it looks really really good. So I'm hoping that they. I feel like they're gonna do that. If they put touches of blonde in Jason Momoa's hair, I'm pretty sure that they'll do something with Mira's. But as far as my opinion on her casting, admittedly, I'm not the hugest fan of it, and I'll explain why. I don't think she's a very good actress. I've seen her in multiple things. I think she was also in Zombieland.
Yeah. I'm looking at her IMDb now. She was.
Who was she in Zombieland? I don't.
I think she played like Jesse Eisenberg's girlfriend, and she was chasing her after she turned into a zombie.
She was the first girlfriend, at the very beginning.
Yeah. I think so. I haven't seen the movie in a really long time, so I can't
She
say
was
that for fact.
also in Machete Kills.
Oh yeah, she was. Man, those movies are bad, but I love them.
Mera and Lobo
Never
confirmed.
Back Down. She was in Magic Mike XXL.
I
The
don't think any
Danish
of us saw
girl.
that.
The Danish girl looks like that's what she was in most recently.
Yeah, and from what I've seen, she's not the best actress in the world. But the thing about it is, I haven't been super upset about any WB casting so far. I know there's been a whole lot of Ezra Miller, no, he's too skinny and stuff like that. I'm actually really excited for him. I really think Ezra Miller's gonna do a good job. I hated it at first, but I watched an interview that he did with MTV.
Yes.
He was just really enthusiastic about the character. He knew the history. He was talking about the Golden Age and stuff like that. Jay Garrick and multiverse and stuff like that. And I was like, all right, this dude knows his stuff.
Yeah.
I now have confidence in him. But I mean, I'm gonna hold back my judgments on Amber Heard as Mera until I see a photo or I hear her talk or something like that. But as far as what I've seen as her acting ability, just no. I would have gone with somebody else. But then again, I don't know who, so that's another thing. But yeah, Amber Heard is playing Mera. Nice. Alright, we're going to move away from DC news for right now and jump over to the 20th Century Marvel side. They actually just released a new trailer for X-Men Apocalypse. I think it was Wednesday or Thursday. Either way, it's been recent. You can find it on their YouTube. But yeah, the trailer was okay. It kind of just rehashed the same thing we've seen for the past few trailers. Everything we built will fall. The ashes of their world, we built a better one. The whole shebang. We got new shots of the newer X-Men. We have a new official shot of Apocalypse in his apocalyptic glory. All that good stuff. Me personally, I didn't really like the trailer. Honestly, like I said before, it was kind of they were just kind of cut and pasting the same kind of theme from the past two trailers. One we got at San Diego Comic-Con, and then I think the one we got during the Super Bowl. So I'm kind of just over it. Is in regards to trailers, I kind of don't want to see another one because, like I said, it's the same thing over and over again. At least it seems like it. A whole lot of people don't even really seem excited for the movie. They're just saying, "Oh, it's another X-Men movie. We'll see it eventually." It's not like one of those like a Civil War or a Batman v Superman. People are like, "All right, yeah, we have to see this now because it's something new, it's something fresh," So I mean, Alex, what do you think about the X-Men Apocalypse trailer?
I really liked the trailer when I first watched it. I think that I felt like it was the first thing in a while that gave us anything new from the movie. I feel like in all the posters and everything else that they've released recently is all been basically the exact same. And I'll agree with you on, like, story-wise, the trailer doesn't do much. It doesn't give us much new. I think that the first trailer did the best at setting the tone for the movie and what it was going to be about and feel like, and I really liked that. But this trailer gave us a bunch of new shots and a couple new looks at Apocalypse that I liked. I like seeing his birth. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
but,
that was pretty cool, yeah. I like that.
I don't know. I thought all the action and stuff that was in it I liked it, and I liked all the shots that we saw. But I'd agree with you that not a lot of people are super hyped, at least from what I've seen, and I'm not either. I'm definitely gonna see it. I'll be there opening night. I'm gonna see it, and I'm sure that I'll love it. I have a lot of faith in Bryan Singer, and after Days of Future Past, I feel like it's gonna be another great movie. But I'm not overjoyed for it or like super excited. I don't know why. I'm just not. But I still think it'll be great. Don't like Jennifer Lawrence in it.
Yeah, yeah.
I think most people can agree on that. We're tired of her in the movie, but other than that, I'm excited for it. But I don't know. The trailer was pretty good, but overall not like amazing.
Yeah, I'm just after what you said last week about her not wanting to be in the makeup. That made me like not like want her in that role anymore. Even though in the trailer we did see her.
Yeah.
In
I saw that and I was surprised. I was like, okay, never mind. I was wrong. She wears it some.
But the thing is, you're in a way you were still right because 95. I'm pretty sure 95% of her in the movie is going to be here just as.
And she doesn't want to wear it. Is one of the things too. She was like she basically refused to do it for most of the movie, and that's just something that's like that bothered me a lot. But
like, it's a core portion of your character. If you can't play the character the way it's like written, then you need to move on to a different project because you're not meant for this.
Preach it, Josh.
That really frustrates me. But I'm not gonna keep going on that. Colin, what do you think about the X-Men Apocalypse trailer? What was your favorite moment?
Well, I'm just gonna echo what you guys said. And if I had to pick a favorite moment, it's probably that shot of Quicksilver running through the X Mansion, just busting in there like a fool, just boom, just going in. And yeah, the trailer, I honestly think they picked a terrible time to drop this trailer.
Because, really think so?
Yes, I think it's an awful time because you guys have kind of already made my point whenever you say that it's an X-Men movie, people know about it, but they're not really excited, and it's almost kind of a forgettable movie because their advertisements haven't even been that strong. Like we've all said, they've been good, and they have dropped this trailer a week before Batman vs Superman, and you know what's going to happen when Batman vs Superman comes out? Everybody's going to be talking about how good or how bad Batman vs Superman was. They're gonna forget about that X-Men Apocalypse trailer, and then they're gonna get hyped for Civil War until like some other X-Men Apocalypse trailer comes out that'll probably be at a worse time. That'll happen right before Civil War. It just, I don't know. I feel like they should have tried to strategize it a little bit better because everybody right now is focused on Batman vs Superman.
You know what I think it actually is? I'm kind of, while you were talking, I was sitting here thinking about like what could it be that is making people not as excited for it? They see the name X-Men, they see the trailers and they're just like, okay, it's another X-Men movie. And the reason why I think it's like that is because it's not showing anybody anything new.
Yeah, I would say it's nothing different.
X-Men First Class, Invasion, the whole like the Cuban Missile Crisis, Invasion. Days of Future Past, Invasion with the Sentinels. Now you've got Age of Apocalypse, and you've got Invasions. It's like the same thing over and over again. I think that's why people aren't really talking about it because they've seen it before,
Yeah.
And that's why, and that's something that people have kind of been worried about with the whole Justice League movie. They're just like, okay, we've seen two team movies from Marvel about invasions. You had the Chitauri in the first one, then you had Ultron and his minions in the second one. We're tired of it. Invasion, do something fresh, and I think that's why people aren't as drawn to Apocalypse as they were to, say, Days of Future Past or Age of Ultron, because they've seen it all before. We've seen the invasion plot play out time and time again over multiple movies. It isn't just Marvel movies. They've done it in countless movies, and people are just kind of sick of it. I think that's why people just don't really are just kind of meh about Age of freaking Apocalypse.
Yeah, I definitely I agree with that.
All right, let's just stay on this Marvel track because it's fun. So as you all very well know, there was a Civil War trailer that came out. I think it was last week, right? If I'm correct, it was last week.
Yeah,
It's like a week and a half ago or something like that.
And
Spider-Man.
yeah, and we already hey man, everyone. Yeah, we've already talked about the trailer and what we liked about it, what we think about the trailer. But there are a couple of things that we missed that people have actually pointed out since the podcast went up. There's a shot in the trailer, actually 2 shots in the trailer. Careful for spoilers. I don't want to be that guy who just blurts it out without giving any kind of warning.
To be fair, it is in the trailer.
Yeah, it's in the trailer, but but one of them you really have to look for it.
Yeah, you do kind of have to like freeze frame it or like know that it's there to see it, but still.
Yep. So fair warning. There'll be like timestamps in the description box. So if you want to like skip around and make your own little podcast and skip over some stuff, it'll be there. But there are 2 shots in the trailer. There's one of like after Iron Man turns around and like sucker punches Captain America and he goes flying. If you freeze frame it, you see like this weird like hyperbolic chamber type like thing that has like somebody in it, and there's been a lot of speculation about who it might be. People are saying that it might be. I saw somebody say it might be Coulson, which I highly doubt because he's on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Quicksilver, which is one that I've seen more prominently than most. And the other one was said that it's Red Skull with a bag on his head, which I thought that was kind of funny. The freaking Red Skull's just chilling in the cut, just with a bag on his face. And then the other thing, while Captain America says the iconic line, like I can do this all day, and he starts fighting Captain America, if you freeze it right before Iron Man hits the wall, if you look behind Captain America, you see somebody on the ground, like with like an arm missing. If you zoom in really closely, you see a red star on the dude's upper shoulder, and the only character in the movie that has that is Winter Soldier, and it appears that somebody or something has torn his shoulder, has torn his arm completely off. And then there's a whole discussion about who's gonna die, stuff like that. So let's break it down into chunks. Let's start with who do you think is in that little chamber? Alex, we'll start with you.
I'd have to go with the most common one and say Quicksilver. I don't really know who else. I can't think of anyone else that would be in it. So I don't think the Red Skull thing, while I do want to see him return to the MCU, I don't really think it's likely that they'll bring him back in Civil War. I think there's already too much happening and too much that they're trying to do. So I don't think that it's Red Skull. Quicksilver, I think, would be the most likely one. But Agent Coulson, yeah, that doesn't make any sense because he's on. Well, I mean, I guess something could happen, but I doubt it would be him. But yeah, I'd have to go with Quicksilver.
I've also seen Abomination.
Ooh.
Because you've got General Thunderbolt Ross in it. And,
yeah.
But I just feel like the person in there is too small to be Abomination. Abomination is massive.
Yeah, I don't think he would fit in one of those.
All right, Colin, what about you, man?
I am definitely thinking it's Quicksilver because I mean,
yeah, no,
oh yeah, you do. I mean, if you look at him, like it could be just the glare, but it looks like this guy in this chamber has white hair, and it also kind of looks like if you look at the torso of the body, excuse me, if you look at the torso of the body, you can kind of see like a white cut, which. Like Quicksilver has that white cut on his shirt that he wears in Age of Ultron. I'm not sure how exactly, as much as I want him to come back, I'm not sure exactly how it fits in the story of bringing Quicksilver back to life. I guess like just fight along in the war or something. I have no idea what they'll do with it. But the Red Skull thing, I find that quite humorous. But yeah.
Right? He's just chilling there with a bag on his head.
Yeah, let's put Red Skull in here. Captain America's like, wait, get a bag on his head.
Bag him. Okay, the reason why I even gave that little theory any weight was because of course we all know there's going to be another Captain America movie after this, and I was thinking, okay, let's just say for the sake of the sake that it's actually Red Skull in there? What if they're just using that to set him up for a future film? Because everybody that I have spoken to that's watched the first Avenger has said, okay, Red Skull was a really, like, we actually enjoyed Red Skull and we want to see him come back because he got, like, teleported using the Cosmic Cube or something or other. I just don't. I want him to come back, but I don't think they would do that right now because you've already got a huge storyline with the Civil War, so I don't think that's going to be it. But yeah, on to the I guess the biggest portion.
And real quick about the whole chamber tube thing. Some people I've seen have made the argument about that it's Bucky in there because Bucky comes out of a similar sort of chamber, whatever. But if you look underneath Captain America, like while he's in midair, you can see a black figure with a metal arm.
Yeah, so he's pointing a gun at Tony. Yeah,
so it's not Winter Soldier. We know that for sure. And who knows? What do you guys think about it maybe being Baron Zemo?
Ooh.
Because we know he's in the movie, and we haven't yet to see him.
Yeah, we haven't seen anything.
Wow, actually, that's actually something interesting. I did not think about that.
Yeah, so maybe it's Baron Zemo.
It would kind of make sense. I guess they were all. I don't know. I'm just as confused as the next person, but I mean that's
it's all speculation.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. Good eye. I guess onto the most important. I guess part of this discussion is because we all know at the end, spoiler alert for the Civil War comic or the comic following Civil War, my bad. It's called The Death of Captain America, it's pretty self-explanatory. You know, Captain America is assassinated by who assassinated him? Is it Sharon Carter, right?
Who assassinates him?
Yeah.
I'm actually not sure.
The guy assassinates him in the comic books is Crossbones.
You sure?
I'm pretty 100 about it. Like, I'm pretty sure Crossbones takes him out.
I read somewhere that it was like a mind-controlled Sharon Carter.
Yeah, double check me. Somebody look that up.
No, I'm looking it up right now.
I'm pretty sure it's Crossbones though, and I think he's gonna maybe die or something at the beginning of the Civil War.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
movie.
yeah. Crossbones kills him.
I think he's gonna kind of go away at the beginning of the Civil War. Something's gonna happen to him, but then very end, if Steve Rogers dies, he'll just boom, boom, just you see him go down.
That's gonna be like one of the most, like, if that happens, that's gonna be like one of the most, like, devastating things I've ever watched on a screen. But it's not confirmed that he's dying. Apparently they've already filmed the deaths. There's already filmed multiple death scenes in the movie, but nobody knows exactly.
3 from what I've heard.
Yep. So let's let me just list it off. Let's list off who, not just one person, but who do we think is going to die in Captain America Civil War. Colin, we'll start with you, man.
Well, I think, for one, a lot of people don't think so because it's in the trailer, but I think we are seeing War Machine's death in that trailer.
I think so, yeah.
I think that is a turning point for Tony that says, okay, this has gone too far. It's like, we need to get serious now, and that's when things really start happening. Mm-hmm. I also think one of the deaths is now this is going to be kind of spoilerish because I'm 99.9% positive this happens because I've seen set pictures of I'm pretty sure one of the deaths is Peggy Carter. We're going to see her funeral scene in the movie.
Yep.
So I think War Machine, Peggy Carter, that's going to be Captain America's turning point. And as for a third, I think it's going to be Captain America or Iron Man, honestly. And if I had to choose between the two of them, I'm probably going to go with Captain America because Iron Man's kind of the center of the MCU right now. He has been since his first movie. He's kind of what this all revolves around no matter what. He has such a integral part of the story, so...
Yeah.
But, if I had to say so right now, I think the 3 deaths are going to be Captain America, Steve Rogers, Peggy Carter, and War Machine.
Okay, not a bad list. I've thought about this for freaking days. I just keep thinking about it because I'm really excited for the movie. I'm just like, I want to know who dies, but I'm gonna make sure, if I come across who dies, I'm not gonna spoil it for anybody. But I like 2 of your 3. I like 2 of your 3. I think
right.
you're correct with that. I think War Machine is going to die. I feel like you said, that's going to be the turning point in the after the airport battle that really kind of just makes it just come to a head. Everybody's just like trying to kill each other. Peggy Carter, that's been all but confirmed, honestly. And the last one, which is something that I've been thinking about, I think actually might happen, is I think they're going to kill Tony Stark, and I'll explain. I just feel like they could do like a little twist on the comic, They're, I guess.
Well, do you think
Tony,
if they do kill him, do you think they'll bring him back for Infinity War?
Oh, most definitely. They'll bring him back using like the Soul Gem or the Time Gem. They'll use one of the gems and they'll bring him back, and then bam, Infinity War. So you've got Iron Man. I feel like they're gonna do a little twist on the comic because we all expect Captain America to die. I think that's why they won't go with that, because they say, people see Captain America Civil War, they're like, oh yeah, Captain America's gonna die at the end, and that kind of just ruins it, For a lot of people, if they pretty much know the ending of the story. That's why I think they're gonna flip the switch and they're gonna have Tony Stark die.
Man, that would.
Just,
not even gonna lie, I would kind of like that, because I like Steve Rogers more than I like Tony Stark.
Honestly, I feel like it would be a bigger impact than Steve's death right now, honestly. Because like you said, Iron Man has been here since the very beginning. His movie started the entire MCU. He's been in pretty much every single movie. Everybody knows Tony Stark, and they don't expect him to die. That's why I feel like it's more possible for him to die than Captain America. So I kind of want that to happen too. I don't know why. I mean, I like Tony Stark, I like Iron Man, but I just feel like watching him die would be super sad, but kind of enjoyable at the same time. You're just like, wow, how you just imagine being in the theater. And they're going through a scene where one of them is getting captured, or whatever, right, or being arrested, and instead, what if they're both being taken to jail, whatever, and there's like a sniper or whatever, somebody's sniping him, and bam, shoots Tony Stark in the stomach or something, or in the chest, and people are just they're gasping because they're just whoa, this did not just happen. This is not happened in the comics. What are they doing? And it starts people going crazy, oh my god, they're bold enough to do something that everybody thought they would do by killing Cap, and and now they're just flipping the switch. I just feel like it'd be really clever.
What if okay, this is just me theorizing now, and I'll make this quick so we can hear what Alex wants to say. But just what if in Iron Man 3 he kind of suffers from those panic attacks? What if all this stress in Civil War causes some sort of heart attack for him?
Well, it goes into cardiac arrest or something.
Yeah,
like that.
And maybe he doesn't die, but maybe say he's in some coma.
It's paralyzed or something like that.
Yeah.
See, I wouldn't like that. That's kind of messed up. Yeah, death's not messed up. Freaking being paralyzed is. But I don't know. I'm really interested. But Alex, what do you think, man? You've been super silent this entire time, so.
Yeah, I know. I've just been letting y'all get that out of the way, but I agree with the Peggy Carter thing. Is like Josh said, all but confirmed. And then I wanted Cap. I wanted them to kill Cap because it's what happens in the comics, and I think that's like you said, it's the expected thing for them to do. But after you hearing argue that they should kill Iron Man, I have to agree that it would be more. I think it would be more of an impact. I think it would be more shocking because, like you said, I don't think that anyone expects them to kill Iron Man. So I think that would be that'd be a good twist, like you said. I'm okay with either one of them dying. I think one of them has to die for sure. Either Steve or Tony, one of them has to die by the end of the movie. If that doesn't happen, I'll be very disappointed. But, I mean, obviously, whoever it is will be brought back in either Infinity War Part 1 or 2. We know that's going to happen. But yeah, I'm really okay with either one of them, and then Peggy, and then part of me thinks that Rhodey is going to die, but also I don't know, then I think that they wouldn't show that in the trailer, but then you also say, oh, well, that's what they'd expect people to think, so I'm on the fence about Rhodey.
I think, like I said, I think that's Tony's turning point of it, man. I think And I think that airport fight they keep showing us, that's going to be happening way earlier than we think.
Yeah, I think that happens like halfway through the movie.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Because we're going to see, War Machine get dropped. He's going to be dead. Tony's going to get angry. And then, that scene where we talked about Iron Man just bitch slapping Captain America. So I think that's going to be like after Rhodey's death or Rhodey's injury, whatever happens. Something's happening to Rhodey, man. He's gonna be dead. He's gonna be in a coma and then dead, or I don't know, but something's gonna be happening to Rhodey.
That's gonna. Yep, death. Don't you just love it? All right. So before we get out of here, as you all well know, Batman v Superman is coming out next freaking week. I'm beyond excited. This has been
I'm so ready for this.
Baby.
Counting down the hours.
Yeah. It's been a 3-year-long wait. We've went 3 Comic-Cons, right?
Yes.
It's been 3 Comic-Cons. We've been waiting for.
I read somewhere it's been like 900. Like whenever I read it, it was like last week. It was 968 days since announcement.
Oh my god.
Guys, I am shaking with excitement right now.
It's gonna be
so ready for this movie.
It's gonna be really fun.
Yeah,
so I guess before we get out of here, I just want us to each go over our expectations, our predictions for the movie, because there's a lot of rumors about like who's gonna pop up, what's gonna happen. So I want us to go over what we think's gonna happen in Dawn of Justice in a week. Alex, we'll start with you, man.
I think that I'll start with the Justice League cameos, I guess. I think that Aquaman and Flash will be they'll have a scene, nothing more, but I think that what we'll see of them will be really impressive. Wonder Woman, I think she'll have a couple scenes, but I think the ones she's in, she's going to steal. I am expecting I already love Batfleck. He's already my favorite on-screen Batman. I don't need to see the rest of the movie to say that. So I'm expecting to love the rest of what I see from him. Superman's going to be amazing, seeing his reaction to Batman. The fight, basically I'm ready. Everything I've seen from the movie I've loved. I'm ready to be blown away by everything in it. I couldn't be more excited. I'm so ready for it to come out. It's so close.
Yep. It's less than a week, yo. All right, Colin, what about you, man?
Well, I think, I guess I'll kind of go with the same here. I'm so excited. I'm trying to think, man. Words, gotta use words. But,
that would help.
I'm really excited for the cameos. Flash is my favorite superhero. I'm very excited to see him come to the big screen. But, honestly, if I'm thinking of all the members of the Justice League, one of the ones, aside from Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, that I'm most excited to see, I'm gonna have to say Aquaman, because there was an EW thing where we read, Flash's role.
Don't you spoil it, because I haven't read that.
I know. I ain't gonna say.
And I'm not gonna read it.
But yeah, if you guys want to, go check out the EW article. But we kind of already know what Flash does, but we don't know. We know what Aquaman looks like, but we don't know what he's going to be doing in this movie or where he's going to be. So I'm really excited to see him show up and how he shows up. And I'm really excited for Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor.
Same.
I think he is going to kill it as Lex Luthor, man. I think it's going to be great. I'm super stoked. Batfleck is the best, man. It's going to be great.
Yeah. I guess kind of mirroring what you guys said, especially Aquaman. I keep forgetting that he's in the movie because we don't see any promotional material like featuring him, and I like that. He's a cameo. Like, how would people feel if they had Mark Hamill in all the promotional material for Star Wars, and then when they see the movie, he only shows up at the last minute and a half. People start going crazy. But yeah, I am interested to see how they're gonna introduce Aquaman. I don't think it's gonna be just for a scene. I feel like he's gonna be there for maybe a scene or two, kind of talking with Superman, and then I think towards the end of the movie when they're fighting Doomsday, I think he's gonna show up and he's gonna help.
I think all of them.
And then I think the Flash is gonna show up. There's another character that I think is gonna show up that a lot of people apparently WB says not gonna show up for a while. I think Dan Boyer is playing Green Lantern, but he's not going to be Green Lantern in the movie. I feel like he's going to be Hal Jordan. We'll maybe see like the ring around his neck or something like that. And then I think, and because Dan Boyer is training right now, and he was just like, I can't wait. He posted on Instagram.
He freaking posted a picture of him with a green light on him, people. Yeah. He's making it obvious.
See, I mean, when you say it like that, it just sounds like we're like fishing for stuff. Like, he took a picture with a green light on him.
Yeah.
But I feel like
he said his favorite color is green.
Actually, he said it was blue, but he said
his eyes are green. Green Lantern confirmed.
Green Lantern confirmed, right? But yeah, I think he's gonna be Green Lantern. He may, if he's gonna show up at the end of Batman v Superman, it's gonna be for a brief moment, and it'll be like blink if you blink and you'll miss it. Like you said, Jesse Eisenberg is Lex Luthor. I honestly think he's gonna surprise a lot of people. I see a lot of people saying that, he doesn't look the character. He's basically just playing Mark Zuckerberg.
Whatever, man. He's gonna dominate. Yeah. He's gonna kill it.
I'm saying the thing about it is Jesse Eisenberg is a really good actor, and I think people are forgetting that just because of his looks. I mean, I think look should definitely play a part when you're portraying a character, but I mean, think about the person's acting ability. When it was announced that Ben Affleck was playing Batman, lots of people flipped out, including me, dude. I was so pissed off, man. You have no idea.
Yeah, I was not happy, actually. I was very angry.
Yeah,
I didn't care.
I was pissed. But after watching,
look at us now.
Yeah, right. We're like praising him. He's all like on our like Instagrams and Twitters and stuff like that. After watching him in Gone Girl, and I haven't seen The Town yet, but I've heard he's really good at it. I'm like,
oh my
and then
gosh,
awesome movie, dude. It's
amazing.
Really it's definitely worth watching.
Yeah, I might have to do that soon. But yeah, like I'm excited for I just feel like people need to like chill out with that. Like just stop prejudging a movie before you see it. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to me at all. I don't think it makes sense to a lot of people. But yeah.
Don't forget Cyborg either. Like Cyborg is gonna be in this movie.
See again, I like that I keep forgetting that there are other characters in this movie, because when they pop up, I'm like, oh snap, yo, freaking Victor Stone, freaking Cyborg's in the movie. Like that's awesome.
Oh, and Wonder Woman, it did say that her role in it is it's not a minor role. She's a major supporting character.
I could see that.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see a lot of Gal Gadot and or Gal Gadot, however you say
Gal Gadot. That's
Gal Gadot.
Yeah, like gallbladder. I guess that wraps it up for today. Yeah, we covered everything today. I want to give a big thank you to my buddy Casey Crow for the intro and outro for the podcast. We tried getting him on this week, but it didn't work out. We're gonna get him on soon. He's a cool dude, so be on the lookout for that. I want to thank my two co-hosts for joining me today. Colin, where can people find you at on the interwebs?
You can find me at Colin_Sap on Twitter and at CSAP96 on Instagram.
That's 2 P's, ladies and gentlemen, 2 P's.
Yeah, that is double P.
Double P. Alex.
Pow.
You can find me at AP Batman with 2 T's on Twitter and Instagram.
Word. And I am Josh, the podcast host. Obviously, because you've been listening to me for the past hour. I don't even know why I said that. You can find me on Twitter at Dark Knight of Ren. That's 1K for the dark and the night. And I also run the DCU News Instagram, so you can find me there. Like I said, once again, everyone, thank you for joining us today. It means a lot to us at The Drop that you actually take your time out of your day to listen or watch or whatever it is you do. Before we go, I'd like to make one final announcement, and that is we will not be having our regular podcast next week. As you all well know, Batman v Superman is coming out, so we will be reviewing the film, spoilers and all, what we liked, what we didn't like, characters that popped up that we didn't know would appear. Basically anything spoiler, it'll be spoiler filled, so prepare for that. If you'd like to listen, make sure you go see the movie, and then when we get our review out, you'll be able to listen to us talk about it. Hopefully you care that much. So yeah, I guess that's it for today. Thanks everyone. Hope to hear from you guys soon. Peace.